Hey, my name is Tina and I want to talk to you guys about depression, PTSD, anxiety, and a new treatment that they're calling the antidepressant of the century, ketamine infusions. I had my first one last week on Monday, and I had a second one on that Wednesday, and then I had my third so far yesterday. And each one was remarkably different than the last, and yesterday's was the most traumatic. I ended up falling in what I've read called the K-hole, and it literally felt like I was seeing images after image, and then it would spin around in this gray and black, almost looked like a giant snake wrapping around me, and then I just kept seeing darker in this black hole that never ended. So it quite literally felt like a hole, like you're going into a hole. It was not pleasant. The first two were pleasant. I will say everything got a little bit brighter. Everything seemed a little bit more chill, and I could sit there and carry on a conversation perfectly well, which is why they decided to up my dose the second time. And then the second time was just like the first. I mean, I listened to music and sat and carried on conversation, and everything was good. So they decided to up my dose another 40 milligrams yesterday, and I started reliving past trauma and started realizing some of the things, memories that I was repressing from my childhood. And apparently it got so bad that they had to give me a shot of Versed and had to slow the drip way down because I was in a really bad place, and they said my blood pressure just skyrocketed. I went to a very dark place, but I feel like I was able to pull myself right back out just by like opening my eyes and looking at the person who was sitting next to me, which is my daughter. So she said I would have this crazy look in my eyes, like I was just angry, and then I'd look at her, and she said I would just like snap back to looking like lovingly at her. She's 20, I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, so another thing I kind of want to talk about that I need to get off my chest, right? So when you're a depressed person, or you're experiencing anxiety, which I am right now because I'm not used to public speaking, and not that I'm actually public speaking, but who knows how many people will follow or listen to this. But so when I started telling people publicly or posting on Facebook that I suffer from depression, I was told, well, gosh, you have 3 beautiful children. Can't you just live for them and look forward to being happy for them? Isn't that enough? Or, gosh, you get to travel a lot. I mean, nobody else gets to travel. Why? How can you be sad with that? Just like, the worst thing that you can tell a depressed person is not to be depressed, and why their life is so wonderful, and why they shouldn't be depressed. It makes you feel like shit. It really does. Like, that's... So, I haven't talked about this publicly at all. I can give you names of 5 people who even know I'm doing this ketamine infusion therapy. I've got lots of bruises, though, to prove it. So, I don't know if you can see them all, but they're, yeah. I have the worst veins ever, and so it's kind of traumatic in itself to even get the therapy, because like yesterday it took 7 times. The time before it took 5. Time before it took 3. So if my record goes the way, if it continues lapsing like that, then next time I'll be getting 10 sticks before they get the IV. I mean, it's just, I've had anesthesiologists trying to do it, and it just always seems to go this way. They've even missed veins in my neck that are like really, big. Best of the best miss my veins, so I'm not holding anybody accountable or saying anybody did anything wrong, because that's not the case. So I guess I don't really know what to expect tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm having my 4th. I'm quite anxious about it, but they are giving me a shot of Versed before they start trying to find a vein. So that way, at least if it's bad and I get stuck 10 times, then I will have forgotten if they can do it in 20 minutes, because apparently if you get a shot of Versed in your muscle, then the hypnotic stage lasts for 20 minutes. And so I'm hoping they can find a vein in 20 minutes, but we'll see. I know I keep talking about that, and I guess that is what my trigger is right now, but yesterday was very frightening. The first 2 times, good. So I'm hoping tomorrow I will go in with a better mindset. And I will definitely be posting another video. I don't know if I'll be able to tomorrow. It depends on how out of it I am. I tend to take longer to recover than a lot of people from stuff like this. I saw people posting videos like an hour after their infusion. I don't know how they did that, because I'll sit there and I'll have a thought and I'll start thinking and saying something, and then I'll say, what was I saying? And I cannot remember what I was saying. So that is like the biggest, I think, side effect of the ketamine infusion is just you're in la la land, spaced out whenever you leave. If someone gets frustrated with you easily, do not, and I repeat, do not have them with you or taking you home, because it will mess you up. So anyways, I hope I helped. I don't know if I did or not, but I'm hopeful that ketamine infusions will work for me, and I'm hoping that more can be discovered, because it looks like a lot of the Ivy League schools are now looking at this and just really excited about the future and what we can do for people like me and you who are depressed, anxious, or have post-traumatic stress syndrome. All right, signing off.